welcome to the Top 5 Go podcast. I'm your host, Kevin, and I'm here once again, as always, with Aaron and Chris. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Solid.
Today, we are in luck. We have a very special guest, one of Aaron's very good friends, Dan Genesig. Woo! Dan! What's up, man?
What's up, dude? I thought we were going to pretend I was Joe Rogan.
We were going to, and then I didn't want to get sued, so then we decided not to.
Yeah, I don't think they'd like that a whole lot.
I feel like Rogan's the type of dude that'll go after you for money just because, even though we make no money.
And he doesn't need the money.
And he doesn't need it.
I also don't think Spotify would like to hear his name on anybody else's podcast.
See,
That is
you're right.
accurate.
You know what? That's who will sue us. It would be Spotify.
It would be Spotify.
They've got 100 million reasons why.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Well, Dan, we're happy to have you here today. We're going to be discussing sports mascots. We're going to be doing top 5 sports mascots. There's so many good mascots out there. There's so many funny ones. And we're going to narrow it down to 5 for each of us across all platforms. This
All
is
right.
pretty cool. Aaron, I know that you're a big Oregon fan.
Yeah, Oregon Ducks, baby.
The Ducks better not be all 5, please.
Listen, I debated that. It would definitely score me a point or two, but I can't just have them.
I would automatically, if they were all 5, I'm automatically voting against them.
As much as I am a homer for my Oregon Ducks, he is on my list somewhere, but it might surprise you what number.
He's at 1. I'm assuming.
Maybe not.
Dan, are you a fan of the Oregon Ducks as well?
I am a diehard duck.
Yep. Listen here, buddy.
Chris, they stacked it
I
against
decided
us.
to stack it against Chris and Kevin this
Stacked
week.
it against us.
Bringing in a guest that is going to get that Oregon Duck on there, hopefully.
I'm also a Gator, but
Okay.
Ducks are number 1.
See, you're still up there? All right, we'll see what happens. All right, so as we do every week, we're going to start with the guest. We're going to go through your criteria for your list, and then we're going to start at number 5. All right, Dan, you ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Dan.
So
What is your criteria for?
my criteria changed for every single mascot.
Okay, I like
I
that.
like that.
That's fine.
Everyone has their own reason for their place on the list.
Okay, that works. So at number 5, top 5 go. Who you got?
Most people aren't going to know who the hell he is
Okay.
unless you live in Montreal, Canada.
Okay.
Oh,
His name is Youpie.
Youpie.
Youppie.
Okay.
and what is
So-
Youpie?
All right. Look him up. He is
I'm going to go ahead and type this into my computer
Exactly.
now.
he used to be the Montreal Expos mascot. But then when the
Oh.
Expos folded and moved to Washington Nationals,
Mhm.
Youpie then became a cross-sport athlete.
Oh.
I see that. He's the mascot for the Canadians.
And now he's the
Interesting.
Canadians mascot.
Interesting.
That's a pretty versatile, talented mascot right there, which is why he got the 5
Dan
spot.
coming in with a changeup in the first top 5 go.
One
Right?
thing I like about
Dang.
UP is, now
Nice.
that he mentions it, I like the fact that UP is a Montreal guy, which means when the team moved, he said, I'm not following them
Yeah.
down to Washington.
Yeah.
My city.
I'm just going to change sports.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's like,
Allegiance change.
yeah. He said,
loved-
screw
he
DC,
loved-
I'm staying in Canada.
He loved his city too much.
Yeah.
Listen, that's
Y'all go down there,
quality.
eh? Go on down there.
That is cool.
Stay up here, eh?
That's what I've never seen a mascot do that, but that is a funny trait because it's what people do. I mean,
Yeah.
the people up in Montreal, I'm sure they're not. Some of them are definitely national fans, but a lot of them probably just went and figured out another sport to
Yeah.
watch.
You got to think about it like the Sonics too. Did the Sonics, change their allegiance when they moved to Oklahoma City? Like,
Right, some went with them, and then some just
some
don't
went,
watch
and
basketball
some-
anymore.
Yeah, some were just like basketball's done.
Yeah, exactly. There are no Sonics fans that like OKC. None.
Yeah, exactly.
There has to be a couple. There has to be only a couple, not too
No.
many. Not
I think
too
they all,
many.
I think they all just became Blazer fans.
I mean, you know what? They are lucky enough to have another team nearby.
Yeah.
Unless some people think that Oregon doesn't exist,
Yeah,
and it's
well,
just Washington. So
I've heard rumors. Oregon doesn't actually exist.
It happens. It's just a game to some people.
So Dan, you have UP at number 5. Chris, who do you have at number 5?
My criteria was basically the uniqueness of the mascot, and then how they tie into the history of the team or the town that they represent.
Okay.
And so for my number 5, I have Steely McBean. He is the mascot for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
As you may know, the Pittsburgh's known as Steeltown, USA. We made steel for, many, many years for America and built a lot of the country with our steel. So, I'm a Steeler fan myself.
Blue collar guy.
Yeah, it's
blue
a
collar
very
guy.
blue collar looking mascot too. He's got like the big square jaw and he's strong and stuff. But I think it just relates really well to the city and the team.
So you're telling me that the mascot of the Steelers is not a towel?
That's
feel
a
like
terrible
it's a good
towel.
I always thought it was the terrible towel.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would call it a mascot. It's more like just like a tradition.
Yeah.
Because that was started by the radio host Myron Cope.
Kind of like the Los Angeles rally monkey.
Yeah, but I mean,
He's
the
an
Angels.
unofficial mascot.
Yeah, the Angels is the team, and they have the halo. The halo's like more of the mascot, if you will, for the Angels. But the rally monkey is I'm a Californian myself, a Los Angelino, so I've been to quite a few Angels games. But the halo is the mascot, which is kind of a dumb mascot, but.
Are you?
I'm a Dodgers
There we go.
fan myself.
There we go.
But I lived in Orange County and worked at Disneyland. So
Listen, the only thing I know about the Angels is they actually have Angels that play for their team, except for in championship games.
I heard they're in the outfield.
yeah, they're in the outfield.
Is that where they stay?
That's
Yeah.
usually where they're at.
I'm not 100% sure. And Danny Glover's like their manager or something like that.
He was.
He was
Not, no longer. No
He was
longer.
before Mike Social.
They didn't like his grumpy attitude anymore.
That movie,
You're getting too
seriously-
over that shit.
That movie actually makes me cry all the time. It's Danny Glover adopts those two kids. Come on. Gosh, get me all emotional right now.
That's all right. Pull it together because, Aaron, I need to know your criteria.
So my criteria for my top 5, I kind of looked at different kinds of mascots, and as much as I wanted my criteria to be the Oregon Duck, it's just my ever changing. I went for some humorous ones, some creative ones, that kind of stuff. And so in my 5th place spot, I'm going with Keggy the Keg.
Ooh.
Keggy the Keg.
You got a keg at number 5?
I am a beer drinker, and as Dan said before the podcast started, my figure looks like it. So
I didn't know we could nominate our own bellies.
Keggy the Keg, while you might want to call it My Belly, is actually Dartmouth College's unofficial mascot. And I just love thinking about a bunch of really smart kids just pounding the brewskis at a game. He's anthropomorphic beer keg.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a big smile on his face, and he just walks around Dartmouth and goes to their sporting events. And I
remember him.
Sports and I was gonna say
right.
sports.
Chris is an Ivy Leaguer.
Sports and beer go hand in hand, and I think that absolutely you need a keg on your list of mascots.
Yeah,
Listen,
Chris,
this keg
Chris.
looks good. He's got a sport coat and a tie on.
yeah.
You get a judge for the part that you want,
Ivy League,
All right.
but ready to
That's
party.
Ivy League, but ready to party.
Yeah. I'm here to get
Absolutely.
educated and fucked up.
Yeah, damn right.
So Chris, did you see Keggy out there?
No, yeah, so I guess for those who don't know, I played football at Cornell, and when you're at Dartmouth playing, you see him on the sideline doing his thing. It's kind of like any other, any other mascot, just like it's a fucking keg. But or like free at Stanford, it's like
I mean, college sports and beer go hand in hand,
No.
so therefore, Keggy the Keg and those brilliant minds at Dartmouth just
I'll give him some credit.
Yeah, listen, I know you're rivals and all, but
yeah.
So when you were there and you guys scored a touchdown against them, did anybody try and go tap the keg?
That would have been the move.
That went pretty bad. So.
I can't imagine Dartmouth being much better.
Yeah, this is Ivy League football, so it's a lower standard.
So yeah, in the 5 spot we got Keggy the Keg. Kevin, what about you? What was your criteria?
Well, my criteria, as I sat there and thought about it, I decided to go with mascots I like.
Yeah.
That's what I figured I would go with. Just the ones that I like, the ones that stood out in my mind. There's no real reason.
Yeah.
I was just like, this one sounds funny. This one sounds cool, and I just did that.
Good luck in the consensus.
Yeah. So with that being the case, at number 5, I got Mike the Tiger.
Mike
the Tiger is the LSU mascot.
Is this the
real tiger?
Oh, yeah.
The real tiger.
I was making sure because I didn't think that was the name of
Not the one
mascot
walking
tiger.
around.
Okay, they're real tiger.
Yeah.
They have a real tiger
On campus.
Yes,
The animal.
yeah. The animal. And now, I think that's dope.
Yeah.
Okay, I did take really into account all of the schools and the organizations, minor league, whatnot, that had real animals as their mascots, like that like that bulldog from Georgia and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
What about Handsome Dan from Yale?
is that a person?
It's a dog.
Yeah.
What if their mascot was a man named Dan?
Dan actually puts himself on the list at number 3, like Handsome Dan.
He's Handsome
Here I
Dan,
am.
and every 4 years you have to
I'm
find
like,
a
Dan,
new
it's a podcast.
Handsome
No
Dan.
one can see you. They don't know how handsome you are.
Damn it.
No, that's why though I went with Mike. He's a tiger. He's a legitimate, real tiger.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you can't. It don't get better.
Listen,
than
it's pretty badass. I mean, a real live freaking tiger. I mean, their mascot could now be the Tiger King.
that.
Have that dude show up and
That'd be great.
walk around the
You
sideline.
gotta wait till Joe Exotic gets out of jail. Though.
Yeah, you got to get him on a jail pass.
I'm sure the South works
They'll
in
figure out
some
a way to
weird
get Trump
ways.
to
They
pardon
can.
him. Sir.
They
Trump will make it happen, all right?
Yeah.
Sure he will.
All right, but that's why I'm going with Mike the Tiger.
Okay.
Dan, at number 4, who you got?
All right, I went with this one because he would be one of the most iconic mascots that there is,
Mhm.
with the Notre Dame Leprechaun.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. As an icon, I get it.
Yeah, it's iconic. I mean, that school is iconic, and who doesn't like leprechauns?
Right.
But does that leprechaun have a name?
I don't know.
Notre Dame Leprechaun.
Really?
Just
That's it?
Notre
You
Dame.
didn't not like.
Let's look that up.
I'm going to look it up, but
The
I'm pretty sure it's just
Fighting
Notre
Irish?
Dame Leprechaun.
All right, we got some word from our stat girl. That is, she said it is the Fighting Irish,
The Fighting Leprechaun.
the Fighting Leprechaun.
We're just gonna
We're just gonna rename.
We're just gonna rename it.
This leprechaun needs a name. Why is it not called Lucky?
I don't know. I mean, everywhere
Maybe,
you look, it's just called the Notre Dame Leprechaun.
Lucky Charms probably has that copyrighted. They couldn't,
They probably-
Notre Dame didn't want to battle it out with General Mills.
Yeah, right.
It would be bad, but they need to come up with a different name because the fighting Irish, the fighting leprechaun, all these are not great. But I get it. It's a very iconic symbol. When you see it, you know that it's Notre Dame.
Yeah.
He's got his dukes up.
Great.
What do you think his last name is? Like O'Leary?
Lucky
McCallahan.
McCallahan,
O'Shaughnessy.
McDougal, something like that.
A lot of great Irish last names right there.
Mackenzie.
O'Houlihan.
O'Houlihan.
Lucky O'Houlihan.
They played
there we
Picturell
go.
on the gridiron.
His uncle's name is Patches O'Houlihan.
Patches. Patches.
Twice removed. We don't talk to him anymore. That's basically. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what we got at number
Pretty
4.
solid.
Chris, who you got at number 4, my friend?
All right, this is gonna be pretty wild. So I'm knocking down some salami right here.
Nice.
Props to the platters put out by Kevin's girlfriend.
Absolutely. We're going to give Allison a shout out.
Top notch.
Top notch platters.
So for my number 4, I have the Rhode Island School design, Scrody the Nads.
You're a giant.
You son of a bitch.
Talking
You
balls.
son of a bitch.
Not very happy with you right now.
Neither am I.
Sir.
I'm not happy.
I am not very happy with you right now. I'm gonna have
So-
to adjust my list.
Yeah, but it's very, very unique. Yeah, it's an actual penis.
It is.
Listen, Rhode Island had some balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rhode
Balls
Island
getting that
School
one.
of Design, Scrody the Nads. I had him
Yeah.
higher up on my list, but now.
Yeah, he was my honorable mention, to be honest.
No, yeah, I have him at number 4 because very unique. It's only for the Rhode Island School of Design. They only have a hockey team, and that's the only place.
And they're a good hockey team, too.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I'm looking at a picture. His name is Scrody.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Scrody.
it's cool how they incorporated into the hockey team with like the hockey stick and
Mm-hmm.
2 pucks. And then, I don't know. As far as the history, though, the hockey team's only been around so long. And it's just, I don't know. It's not number 1 for me. But
I mean,
It just takes balls to have that as a
Yeah.
mascot.
it needs to be on the list. It needs
Oh,
to
yeah.
be on my list. I know
Yeah,
that.
you know what? And he's got a good shot of making it, I think.
So
I would
Scrody,
say
it says here, the Nads is the name of the team. Scrody is the mascot. Despite the name, Scrody is not merely a representation of a scrotum, but is a 7-foot tall penis.
Yep.
Yeah.
With scrotum and testes at the bottom. Wow.
Yeah, it is a. He is.
Yeah.
I have a picture of him here dancing at a dance party with a bunch of sperms. He's veiny.
He's veiny.
Yeah,
He's veiny.
they're
And he's
very creative
He's
in-
large for the ladies. Articles if they're interested in
Well,
that.
and
He's
and
definitely
notice
a
he's-
shower, not a grower.
Notice that he's got some blue balls too.
Hey, man.
Well, come on, who's fitting that in?
Yeah. He's a 7-foot tall penis.
Well, I think that this actually makes for a really nice transition into my number 4.
Who we got at number 4?
Well, I have a couple of wieners as well. I got a bratwurst, Polish sausage,
Oh,
Italian
man.
sausage, a
Yeah.
hot dog, maybe some chorizo.
Them
I'm
sausages.
talking about them Milwaukee Brewers sausage racing freaking mascots.
Okay.
I love watching the races, and it was really tough because a lot of different teams have, these kind of races. You got the Nationals with the Presidents racing, and I even went to a wedding in Cleveland this last year and got to dance with their hot dogs at the wedding. It was kind of a cool little experience, but
The
I think
Marlins have their weird, whatever the fuck they are.
I think it's
racing.
just a fun little tradition. The the sausage races. It's kind of fun watching these sausages run around the outfield.
Of the 4 sausages, which is your favorite?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely a bratwurst kind of guy. So,
Okay.
but it's the Polish sausage. That's.
It's got a better burst in your mouth when you bite into it.
But it's the absolutely it's the sausage racing sausages for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Okay. You know what? I would think that the Brewers would have like a beer stein or something
I'm sure they do.
as a mascot.
Not as a mascot. They
I'm
just
talking about like
when
I'm
they
surprised.
get done they're smashing those things for sure.
Yeah, I'm
that
sure.
team.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
Not as good as my number 4 though.
Oh wow!
For number 4,
Fighting words.
I have the UCSC Banana Slugs.
Okay.
The Banana Slugs of Santa Cruz. So, I am from, like I said, Southern California. But when I was going to school, I was looking at UCs. And one of the things I was taking into account was the mascot. Just 'cause.
You gotta put that on a sweater.
Just because, yeah, put them on.
It's sweaters for life.
So I saw the Banana Slugs, and I thought that was just hilarious. A banana slug is like a shell missing snail.
Yeah.
And it
free,
just-
very free snail.
It's just a very free snail. And it just slides across the ground. They're slimy.
Just out there streaking.
Yeah.
Doing their thing. The Banana Slugs, just as a mascot, I think it's gross, but I think it's hilarious. I mean, why would you pick a bug to be your mascot? I don't know.
It was definitely a school project. Like, you guys got to pick.
Yes.
Guys,
It's kind of like
that
the
is
movie
something.
Accepted when they're the shit sandwiches.
Yeah.
It
It's like
was
about
made in
community.
1970, so like I'm glad that back then they were even coming with the jokes, hitting with the jokes.
I'm sure the drugs helped.
That's, so you know what? Thinking about it, someone was probably super high and saw one crawling across the ground, and then said that should be our mascot.
Elevated that to mascot status.
And then it just went up the flagpole, and people
Yeah.
went with it. But
Perfect.
that's
Went to the president. Like,
Yeah.
hey.
and
I
that was
found
probably
it.
Stone, and he was like, "Let's do it."
Yeah. By golly.
70s, such a wild time. Such a wild time. Dan, we're back to you. What do you have at number 3?
All right. This is a relatively new mascot, only a couple years old,
Okay.
Okay.
but he's hit the ground running. His social media presence is great. He's creepy to look at,
Oh, I know
and
where he's
it's
going with
just
this.
funny.
I know where he's going.
Are we
with
going
this.
Pierre?
I absolutely hate the team that he is for. It is hockey, and it's gritty.
It's gritty. Yep.
Gritty from the Flyers.
Yeah.
He's pretty freaking crazy. That video of him like stepping onto the ice and just eating it the
Oh,
first time, and he
I
just.
was dying.
I feel so bad for the person in that suit because that is a concussion right there.
Oh, yeah.
He is so hard.
Why is his
Yeah.
eye so big?
Right?
It's gritty.
He's crazy.
It's gritty,
It's the
man.
city.
He's crazy.
It's
He's
Philadelphia. They're strung out.
Gritty. Okay, so Gritty is the mascot for the Philadelphia Flyers, like you said.
Mhm.
He's this orange-looking monstrosity
Yep.
that has giant bulging eyes and just orange fur. Think of Big Bird, but he had a super soldier transfusion.
He's like a big cousin it.
Yeah, the giant cousin it.
Eyes.
Yeah, with these
like
eyes,
if cousin it
it's-
took off his glasses. It's just-
Oh my god,
Whoa.
Gritty's eyes that's creepy. I get it. It's you know what though, I'm looking here through like some gritty highlights, looking at this one where he is banging on some trash cans, and the guy standing next to him says, "Gritty learned this from the Astros. I like it."
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's
Gritty's out here getting it in
he's just
the
a
social media.
It
weird
says that he
weirdo,
punched
but I
a
love it.
fan.
He punched a fan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
remember that?
Yep.
Mascot Gritty accused of
Dan, tell me
punching a
what you learned about
13-year-old
Gritty while
fan.
you're doing this research.
Oh, I'm a diehard hockey guy. I played hockey my whole life. So I've already known about Gritty. I was on board the moment they released him because I was like, dude, that is just crazy looking. He's funny. He doesn't care, and he'll do anything. He got bored in quarantine the other day and was doing his own beer pong with pots and pans, and every time he made it, he'd add another pot or a pan or a book and just have it kept deflecting. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, this dude's talented and doesn't give a shit.
That's the ultimate combo, right?
Yeah.
Not caring and able to back it up.
Yep.
I think he represents the city and the team like really well. Just
Okay, Gritty.
loose cannon.
Oh,
And
so
he
you
scares
have-
little kids.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Absolutely.
People have already gotten tattoos of him
Already?
already.
That is crazy. Gritty. Okay, so just if anyone was wondering, Gritty was cleared of any wrongdoing in an assault case back in February against a child. So he was cleared. The Philadelphia Police Department concluded there was no merit for the alleged claim. The police department confirms our thorough internal investigation found no evidence, and that Gritty's fine. Okay, good to know for Gritty.
Yeah.
And wow, okay, at number 3,
Yeah.
I like that one. Chris, who do you have at number 3?
My number 3 is going to be the Purdue Boilermaker. Just a
Is it Train?
well, he's like the conductor of the train.
Okay.
He's like the engineer on the train. It's like a guy with a hard hat, like hitting an anvil, like
Okay.
making steel. But Yeah, as far as Purdue goes, it's a engineering school, or known for its engineering school. They put out a few astronauts, but the Boilermaker, like is an engineer on the train. So, there's not any other Boilermakers in college.
Fair.
It's very unique.
It's a pretty unique.
Yeah, very
mascot
unique.
right
Has
there
a nice
for sure.
history. Yeah, put it right in the middle.
Yeah.
I still hold a grudge against Purdue.
Oh.
No, my sister went there, and she hates Indiana, Indiana University.
I hate Purdue because they beat the Ducks in the Rose Bowl in '97.
Okay.
Dang, hard-hitting facts all the way from Florida. That game still gives him nightmares. Not gonna lie, me too.
It was the first time we had made it to a national Rose Bowl in so long, and we got beat.
And so you blame the Boilermaker for that?
That wasn't the
Think it
Rose
was
Bowl.
Drew Brees.
Purdue
on that team?
Pete? You blame
Rose
Purdue
Bowl.
Pete for that? Oh, hey, what can you do? I've always thought the Boilermakers mascot was just the train.
Well, it's a part of it. Like they have a train that goes around campus and stuff during football games, and then like their helmets have like the train tracks and all that. But yeah, I think the Boilermaker, he's the guy that shovels the coal in. I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, he's like the engineer guy, right? He throws the coal into the thing.
Yeah.
Purdue Pete, it says here. That's his name. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. Purdue Pete is a guy, and I'm with it. Aaron, who do you have at 3?
Well, after a slight adjustment, because I can't put Rhode Island School of Design's Mr. Scrody out there.
Right.
Well, I suppose I could.
Had to strike early.
I'm going to go ahead and change it up a little bit. When you guys think of the Minnesota Vikings, other than the...
Lizzo.
You think Lizzo? Or maybe a phantom pass interference call or two.
Listen, I don't want to talk about those
that.
things.
I'm talking to a Saints fan.
I don't want to talk about the time.
I'm talking to a Saints fan
I don't
right
want to
here.
talk
I
about
know
the time
that
Stephon Diggs
he might get a
passed
little salty if we get into that, and we don't want to get off the rails. That's a little Purdue joke right there for you, Chris. I'm going to go with Ragnar.
Right.
He is their. It's literally a dude that looks like a Norris freaking Viking. His name is Joe Juranich or something like that. And there was actually a thing back in 2015 where he missed his first game in like 20 something years over a contract dispute. He was making like $1,500 a game to go because he literally looks like a Viking, and he's got the fur vest and just kind of an all around.
Yeah,
BA.
It's the character.
Yeah, he really does fit the mold of that. So I'm going
Definitely
with
does.
Ragnar the Viking from the Minnesota Vikings, because he literally is
like
he's a
right out of
caricature
mythology.
of what I imagine a Viking is going to look like.
Yeah.
So I think he's kind of and the story was kind of cool. Just like the dude was literally, it's an unofficial Viking, but or an unofficial mascot.
I like the motorcycle too.
He's a motorcycle riding BA dude, just a badass, and yeah.
You know what, man? I feel like Ragnar, though, should be disqualified after doing a little research on him.
Why?
Because he got into a contract dispute with the Vikings.
I talked about that.
But then he went and joined the Packers instead.
I'm okay with that.
That is the ultimate move.
I'm okay with that. It's Brett Favre going, you know what? If you're not going to... I'm going to go to the Jets and extend my career for a little bit so then I can go play for, Minnesota.
Brett Favre.
That is just... that's just the ultimate mascot move right there. He had the contract dispute, like you said. Yeah. And then he was next seen wearing a cheese head.
Mm-hmm.
That is...
Yeah. Listen, that's
fire.
It's
that's how you piss off a fan base.
Yeah. But I still love it. That's what I love about him, man.
Hey, you know what? You're not like a Vikings fan, so it's
absolutely not, man. I don't.
So it makes it, that is
who's a Minnesota Vikings fan?
Lizzo, like I said earlier. Man, okay, so you have Ragnar at number 3.
Yeah.
For myself, I went to one of my faves, the Stanford Cardinal. Their mascot, anytime I've ever seen it, is a tree. It's a tree. The school is the Cardinals, but we got a tree out there, y'all.
Dancing.
They do.
It dances.
It's a tree.
It's a tree, though.
Cardinal.
A very ugly tree, but
It's a very ugly
tree.
tree. Yes.
For smart people, they do not have very artistic
But
people going there.
think about this as we've just been talking about on this list. Dartmouth's mascot is a keg. Stanford's mascot is a tree. I think UCSC produced some smart people and they got a banana slug. I think the smarter your school, the less important your mascot is, I think. And they just decided they're going to just go with whatever makes them laugh.
I mean, a lot of the Ivy League ones are colors, so.
It's just colors?
Yeah.
Big red,
Go
brown,
Big Red, yeah.
Dartmouth officially is the big green.
You guys over there at Cornell didn't have
We had a bear.
A bear.
Our
it's right
official
here on
mascot
the
was the.
Why is this like chilling? Like the bear is very interesting.
Oh yeah,
he's literally just chilling on the sea, the Cornell Sea.
Yeah.
I play hockey with a couple guys from Cornell.
Okay.
Go Big Red.
So then the Big Red, the bear, that's the thing. But let's get back to Stanford because they have a tree as a mascot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys knew that, a tree,
things.
which is interesting. Now, I don't know why they're not the Stanford trees, but that's neither here nor there. The Stanford.
Oh, that's where the sequoias in the area.
Yeah, it's
okay.
The tree mascot. This tree mascot has eyes. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah.
It has eyes.
Yeah, we knew that.
And it walks around. It's looking here on their Wikipedia page. They have every person that has worn the tree costume on their Wikipedia page.
That'd be a dope resume filler.
Right? I'm sure somebody's
tree.
They'll be very surprised. But that's why I have the Stanford tree. It's a tree. I don't know how much else to say. It's a tree.
It's a tree. It's definitely a tree.
It's good for the area, though. I mean, the redwood forest is right over there, and
it fits the area.
Yeah, it's big trees.
Yeah, but when you see a tree with
trees
eyes,
and knowledge.
I've never seen trees with eyes, and then if the tree had eyes, I'd be more terrified.
He has eyes.
Yeah.
For my nerds out there listening.
Let's be real.
We
only
all five of us.
Like, oh, Chris is right. Chris is right.
The Deco tree.
Dan, who do you have at number 2?
All right, no list could be complete without this one. He's probably the most infamous mascot there is out there.
Mm-hmm.
He's had lawsuits against him.
Oh.
He dances like a motherfucker. He likes to strip every once in a while, and it's the Philly Fanatic.
Oh,
all right.
Yes, I had him in my honorable mentions.
Yeah, he's definitely an honorable mention for me as well.
The Philly Fanatic, man, that dude's pretty iconic.
Yeah.
I think he is the most famous mascot.
My number 1 might beg to differ, but we'll get there in a minute.
My number 1 might also beg to differ too.
You made the statement. Do you have the same number 1? Are you going to change if you have the same number 1?
No,
That's the Oregon Duck.
No.
Whoa! Quit jumping ahead. We're not there yet.
Seriously, we're gonna need producer Chris to edit some of this out. Sorry, guys.
Well, the Philly Fanatic.
Spoilers.
The Philly Fanatic. Apparently was a free agent at one point.
That's out of the city.
Hey, listen, if you're not getting good contracts, you got to shop yourself.
Apparently.
Man, I feel like criminal history is like one of your criteria.
Dan sure likes his hooligan mascots.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah,
I'm a hockey player. I like fighting,
Yeah. Very fiery list.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
In 2015, the Fanatic was bestowed the honor of being the best mascot in baseball by Good Morning America.
Of course, soon baseball might not even exist if they're not going to have a season.
If they keep messing around.
Yep.
The Philly Fanatic is one of the only mascots on display in the National Baseball Hall of Fame, along with your number 5, Youppi. Youppi's there too.
There you go. See?
Which is pretty cool. He's in the Mascot Hall of Fame. He's a charter member. Okay, I see. I'm surprised you have the Philly Fanatic at 2 then with all these accolades that this guy has. I wonder what could be your number 1.
I'm not a fan of Philadelphia. They just happen to produce good mascots.
They just you have 2 Philly mascots.
Exactly. Philly special. Everything
All
else is
All right. So we have the Philly Fanatic at 2 for Dan.
All right.
Chris, who do you got at 2 for you?
I have the Florida State Seminole. I like it because as far as like the history, the history of the.
For those of you that are not watching on our YouTube channel, Chris's girlfriend is in the room.
She gave a big.
Oh God!
Native American. She's not a Seminole.
If my wife heard that, who is 5 feet away from me, she would vomit right now.
Well, according to my criteria, that's very good. There's no other Seminoles in college. There's no other Seminole mascots. Mm-hmm. And then as far as the history to the team and the town, it was the Seminole Indians that were originally there. Obviously, they were mistaken. And the university actually went to the Seminole Nation and got approval to be that mascot. And I liked on Saturdays when Florida State comes out, they're led by the horse and he stabs the ground with the flaming spear and all that shit. Okay. It's cool. And
it's the only time they look tough.
Yeah, it's the only time.
No credence to what happens on the football field, but everything else before that looks dope.
Okay, so that's why you have the Seminole at number 2, though.
Yeah, I had other things at number 2. I kind of switched it around, I just went pretty hard with the criteria, just because it's the history goes beyond the university itself, mm-hmm. and then it's just super. Like, there's no other Seminole mascots. So
okay, Dan.
All right, so totally off topic. Well, not really off topic because it does involve FSU. AJ and I are huge Oregon fans.
I'm AJ to Dan.
Okay.
Yeah. We hate FSU.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we also hate their old coach, Willie Taggart.
Okay,
yes, we do.
He came from Oregon. Yeah.
Slick Willie Taggart.
He was like there for a year, right?
He was there for 11 months.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Not even a year. Didn't even finish out the season.
Yeah. But he did get us our current coaching staff, or at least part of it, that we really, truly enjoy. So I give him a tiny bit of a pass, but he's still Slick Willie.
Sure.
So here's the funny part of that story. Now he's coaching FAU, which is down here by me.
Yeah.
He now moved to Boca, right next to my wife's boss.
Interesting.
So now I need to go to his house.
Yeah,
and have drinks with her boss, and I have to thank Willie for leaving Oregon in a better place.
Yeah,
because he left.
Throw some ducks in his backyard.
Oh yeah, now I will go over there wearing full Oregon Duck gear.
Yeah. Absolutely, favorite rubber ducky in his pool.
Oh God! Oh, that'd be great.
just invest.
I'm gonna throw like 20 of them.
Yeah,
like passive aggressive vandalism.
Yep. And I will paint the Oregon O on each one of them.
Didn't you guys the Oregon Ducks? Didn't they pay like a bunch of money to get him to go there?
I mean, we paid. Well, I mean,
it would be a contract. Or
FS. We didn't. No, I don't know if we bought his contract out, but
no, we paid out.
Definitely paid out his contract.
Oh, they paid out a lot.
Yeah, but
we paid to get Helfrich out of his contract, but that wasn't a whole lot.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of nice that Dan had that, Oregon story, because it transitions right into my number 2.
Oh, is it?
And if you're thinking it's the Oregon Duck, you're right. Because listen, any mascot that gets away with not wearing pants deserves to be on a top 5 list. I hate pants. Pants are the worst thing ever. Mm-hmm. I absolutely hate pants. The Oregon Duck. He's also Lee Corso, the god of college game day's favorite mascot.
Sure. Yep.
For those of you guys that don't know, he is based on Donald Duck. There's rumor of a handshake deal between Disney and someone that was working at the university at the time. It was just a handshake deal. And so through the course of time, they allowed it. He's not Donald Duck anymore, but he's definitely based on the Donald Duck design. Mm-hmm. He's a dancer. He will beat up, other mascots that tread on his territory. If you
Was that
have
Utah?
ever looked at I believe it was BYU. I think it was the Cougars.
BYU, that's right.
But,
Yep.
Yeah, he's just an all around great mascot, and he is so smiley. Like if you look at his picture, look at him. He's smiling. He's just a happy little duck.
Just a
And
massive smile.
and his Twitter page is one hell of a follow.
And I think that's another reason why he is such an iconic mascot and deserves to be on this top 5 is with the help of the University of Oregon's like social media team. I mean, the Oregon Duck literally, like, there could be something with Kanye out, and Kanye does something, and the Duck is going to have some stunner shades and the big bulky T-shirt the next week, or he's going to be
Gangnam
riding
style.
Yeah. Listen, yeah,
Cool.
absolutely. And if you haven't seen the GIF of him running out of the tunnels in the national championship game, sadly we did not win, but it's one of the funniest GIFs you'll ever watch in the world. But that, no question, without a doubt, he's got to be in the top 5. So I put him in my number 2 spot.
Okay. We made a very, very strong case with the Oregon Duck.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by who your number 1 is.
I'm also wondering who your number 1 is. It still the Oregon? It'd probably also be the Duck. But number
We'll see.
2.
We'll see after these messages.
Yeah, number 2. I have someone that is renowned. Benny the Bull.
Nope.
And Benny the Bull is a mascot like no other mascot. Benny is the mascot of the Chicago Bulls. He has been around for over 45 years. Benny got like a real big presence, obviously due to Jordan's and Jordan's Bulls being great. He was everywhere.
Yeah.
He has his own dance team. He has all these great antics. He's been seen alongside celebrities like Bieber. He was doing the single ladies dance in front of Jay-Z.
Wait, I thought you said celebrities.
Bieber is considered a celebrity in some circles.
That's true.
Dan, I thought you'd like that. I mean, you've gone Canadian on this list so many times.
Listen, I would love to catch Bieber on a rink because he thinks he's so good, and I would just... I'd give him a nice hipper, center ice, and just laugh.
Well, I think Benny would come to his aid because that's his boy.
Probably.
And we're talking about style. We're talking about style for the Duck. Benny out here dresses up for holidays. He has a Santa suit. He has a custom Benny the Bull Santa suit. During the Latin Hot Nights, he has a Latin flair.
Like a mariachi thing.
Outfit. St. Patrick's Day, he's out there wearing that green just like everybody else. Benny the Bull is a character unto himself. He's one of the most iconic mascots today. And that's why I have Benny the Bull at number 2.
All right.
I
like it.
Dan, it's time.
Well, it's no surprise. I haven't said the name yet. Even though my colleague over here has already said it. I'm going with the Duck.
Oh! Also the Oregon Duck.
Right?
Shocking!
Okay.
Shocking!
Oh, stack deck. Oh.
Tell me about the Duck from your perspective, Dan.
I absolutely love his Twitter presence.
Okay.
My wife is a Gator. She played softball there, so she's a diehard Gator. Because of the Duck, she is now an Oregon Duck fan. I constantly get text messages from her of, "Have you seen the Ducks video today?" And being able to change someone's allegiance is a massive, massive step for a mascot to be able to do. And that's why he's my number 1.
There you go.
Very close to home. Yeah.
Listen, in today's day and age, social media is so important. And so if a mascot has a good Twitter, Instagram, if they're a good follow,
They're savvy.
then that's what you want to look for in a mascot. So I get it. I didn't know about his Twitter presence.
Oh, he's got to
kinda
reach
huge.
the young
Oh,
fans.
it's unreal. It's
I still
unreal.
don't know about number one, but I get
He's
you.
got a YouTube presence. He dances with the cheerleaders at halftime. He rides a Harley out of the tunnel. There's a lot.
2 words. Haley Cruz, Oregon Duck softball player. They're like BFFs. I want to be BFFs with Haley Cruz as well. So.
I do too, actually.
So she's a fan. Okay, I can look into this.
She's a good-looking softball player. That's all
I-
I'm saying.
I can
Who also has a phenomenal
Twitter presence.
and
TikTok presence.
Mostly
Yeah.
TikTok, but yeah,
Yeah, mainly TikTok.
Okay,
crushes it.
Chris, who do you have as your number one?
My number one is it's an ode to where I was born, the Yuma, Arizona, and their high school is their mascot is called the Criminals. So, yeah, no,
Wow.
I looked it up. I had to look it up on I had to get images and stuff, but yeah, like they have that on their football jerseys, like loud and proud, like
That's
the Yuma Criminals.
They're not even hiding what they want.
It's wild. The dude's got like an earring and everything, and cornrows, and like.
Oh my
like,
god.
wow. But yeah,
Oh, shit.
I guess the history of Yuma was that the town was established because that's where they put the prison, like the state prison.
Oh god.
And yeah, no,
What color is this criminal
they're,
on these
blue
jerseys?
and white. They're
Blue and white
so,
Criminals.
I'm looking
yeah.
at them right now.
I need to see this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
You said
That's
is it the high school?
yeah. The Yuma, I think it's the Yuma Union High School, but yeah, they are the criminals.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
it's
Oh my
legit.
God,
It's
that
like
is-
what they do with
Oh
Yeah.
Jesus.
with just an eye that's open in Yuma Union High School.
The Criminals.
The Criminals.
Is his eye missing or is it just like swollen shut?
I think it's like swollen shut. He probably had a
yeah.
fight.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's funny.
a brawl.
That's great.
They've been this has been
yeah, the
the
wrestling
school
team. They have the
mascot since 1914.
yeah,
Okay.
Jeez.
I love it. They got cop cars coming out
yeah.
onto the field as
That's
they
what
all
leads the
run
team
out.
Yeah,
The
Oh,
school
jeez.
shop is called the Cell Block. He
Oh,
wears
yeah,
a blue and white prison uniform.
major props to just like choosing something
And not
doubling
giving a
down.
fuck.
No,
Yeah.
just going with it.
That is
Hey, we're not
awesome.
even changing this shit.
Yeah.
That is fucking awesome.
Do you imagine like parents and stuff just like, oh, it says criminal on it, like, we have to buy all the stuff for the kids? You know?
That's
Wow. Yeah.
hilarious.
I love it. I absolutely love
This
it.
is
I
great.
kind of want a T-shirt now.
I kinda-
I mean, right? I want to go there and just buy some school gear.
Yeah.
Top 5 Go's official mascot is going to be the Yuma Criminals.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that is.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay.
Listen, I did not even see that
I
guy
didn't-
in my
okay, Chris,
research.
bravo.
That is awesome. Yeah.
Bravo.
That
Bring in the
is-
Do
goods.
some research.
So much better than being an Apollo.
Oh man, yeah, we were the Sunset Apollos. They pluralized a god.
We were sun gods in a state where it rains for 10 of the months we're there.
Seriously.
Yeah, being a
Yeah.
criminal is much better than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aaron, who do you have at number 1?
So I
The
had,
Sunset Apollos. Oh.
I'm going with the pluralization of the sun god, the Apollos. No, I am not. So with this, I obviously did want to put the Oregon Duck number 1, but I just couldn't let my homerism I couldn't let it dictate what I did. So I went
I
with
could.
another. Absolutely. I'm okay with it. I knew you would because this is your first time on Top 5 Go. I was kind of banking on it. But I'm going with an iconic one. One of the first mascots I think I truly remember seeing, like, they would have him pop into Sports Center and things like that. I'm going with the San Diego Chicken.
Okay.
I almost did that.
Yeah, he'll
I think he just is so iconic to me. He's been around since March of 1974. He's made, according to Wikipedia, by 2015, he'd made 5,100 appearances in 917 different facilities, all 50 states, 8 countries. They've literally worn out over 100 chicken suits.
Oh Jesus!
So, in terms of just like power rankings, he's a top 5er for me for sure, and I put him at number 1 just because of his antics.
Listen,
you know,
shout out to both of you guys, you and Dan, with having like the city mascots.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
The San Diego Chicken, he seems to be for the whole city.
Yeah. Oh, he absolutely is. Oh, he's the San Diego Chicken. I mean, he would show up at Padres games, but you know. So
Yeah, he's in commercials, everything.
He's just so well known that I just really felt that, you know, if I wasn't gonna put my Ducks at number one, I needed another bird.
Another foul.
So
He
another
was
foul.
he was one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah, he's one of mine as well. That's a good one.
Yeah. So I really thought he fit in the number one slot nicely of my list, and that's where I'm gonna go with.
All right. Well, my number one.
Yeah, it's your number one.
I'm a sports guy, but I'm a big basketball guy, and the Suns Gorilla is the one that he always makes me laugh. Whenever he doesn't even have a name. His name is Suns Gorilla.
We know who he is.
You know who he is.
Yeah, very much. He's the only gorilla I know of.
Exactly.
Other than Harambe. Rip.
Oh, he was a big
Moment of silence.
Well, the Suns Gorilla, he was inducted into the Mascot Hall of Fame in 2005. For the first 10 years, 11 years of the Suns being around, they didn't have anybody. Then they had a dude show up in a gorilla suit, and then that was kind of it. He's out here. He likes to dance. He likes to perform with the cheerleaders. You can see him all around the Suns Arena.
Yeah.
It's a gorilla, guys.
Yeah. I think I liked most about the basketball mascots is when they dunk.
Yes.
I even saw
Yeah.
Benny. Like when you said Benny, that was the first image I had. Just
Oh,
like him.
them going
him
off
doing
the
that front
trampoline,
flip dunk.
dunking.
Mhm.
Well,
If you look online, you can see a 5-minute highlight reel of the Suns Gorillas dunks
Yeah.
from
That's
2014.
NBA,
yeah, and he's acrobatic.
Yeah,
He'll
he's out there getting
flip, turn. Yeah.
The Suns Gorilla, though, he does flip dunks. He does behind the back. He's probably, you know what? Seeing the Suns play, he should probably be on the team. He would give him some
Get him a
size.
contract.
It won't hurt.
It would definitely help Devin Booker out because Devin Booker could use some help out there.
He'd be pretty solid in the paint.
So if he's able to add the Suns Gorilla, that would be a plus.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our top fives. Who do we have for some honorable mentions?
What about you, Chris? You got any honorable mentions on your list?
I had the ASU Sun Devil,
Mhm.
just unique, and then the history. I mean, Arizona's the hottest place in the country, so fitting.
Fun fact: the Sun Devil is
yeah.
actually a twister, not a devil of the
that's
sun.
right. Yeah,
We figured that out a little while ago.
Yeah.
Also, look up the Sun Devils hockey jerseys. They have hands down the best jerseys in college hockey.
Do they?
I like
Oh,
the
yeah.
football uniforms too, like the all blacks.
They went from a club team, and 2 years ago they got moved up into NCAA Division One. Only team to do that, and their jerseys are awesome. I love
Talking
them.
about the all black ones with the yellow.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
how
with the
good do
fork.
those look?
I like 'em.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Those are clean.
These
Yeah.
actually, looking at their football jerseys, they're like midnight football jerseys are dope. too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I hate Arizona State, so it's hard for me to compliment them.
But those jerseys are nice though.
Yeah, I'll get one.
I was gonna say I do have an honorable mention that we haven't talked about. I had Rally Monkey on there. I thought he was a good one to have on there. Obviously the you stole Scrody from us.
Yeah.
I had to get him on the list.
He might have been on the list actually. But I do have a funny story. My ex-girlfriend, she went to Whittier College in California,
Mhm.
and they are the poets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you think very, very good at writing, verse and all of that stuff. Well, she tells me the story of their basketball games. They have one that you have to pack the GAC, which is their arena. So they would to get people to go to the games, they'd give them free T-shirts, as a lot of colleges do, and things like that. On one of the T-shirts that they went to, they wrote, "The pen is mightier than the sword," not than. So,
Oh,
the
God.
Whittier poets completely butchered this, and I think it's just an
That is
honorable
amazing.
mention, funny story.
Yeah.
The poets.
The poets, to mess up that badly in your writing.
That is great.
The pen is mightier then the sword. No, that is not correct, people. So I thought that was a funny story. But yeah, anyone else? Dan, do you have any other?
For my options,
mentions?
I'll be Dan right now.
No, you picked mine with the San Diego chicken, and then Scrody, obviously.
Yeah, Scrody's a good one. I had the Santa Barbara UCSB Gauchos.
Oh, yes, the
That was an
Gauchos.
honorable mention because, like I said, when I was doing my UC school tour, I enjoyed the fact that he was called a gaucho, and he was like a dude with like a conquistador is what he basically looked like.
Absolutely.
And I just loved it. It was just funny to me. And then I want to also honorably mention the UCLA Bruin, Joe Bruin, because I'm a Bruin fan. My parents went to UCLA, so I just wanted to shout him out. Yeah, it's not a cool mascot of the sort. It's a Bruin. It's a bear.
There's a lot of bear.
There's a lot of bear mascots.
There's a lot of cougars. And a lot of
cougars. That's why I know they made
bear.
the list.
Yeah.
But I still
hopefully
want to
Chip can do something down there.
Yeah. Dan's saying, hopefully Chip turns that program around for you guys.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think Chip used all of his magic at Oregon.
He might have.
He may have.
Put a book down.
And that 1 year at Philly.
The first year.
Oh, goodness.
All right, so that is the top 5. That is the top 5 go. So as you know, here we like to go through the list, and we're going to vote to see who. We're going to make our comprehensive top 5 list, and we're going to vote to see who won. So, Chris, give us a rundown of each person's list.
So, Kevin, you had Mike the Tiger from LSU at number 5, the UCSC Banana Slugs, the Stanford Cardinal, Benny the Bull, and the Suns Gorilla.
Okay.
I got number 1. I had Steely McBeam, Scrody Nads, the Purdue Boilermaker, the Florida State Seminole, and the Yuma Criminal. And then Aaron had Keggy the Keg, the Milwaukee Racers, Ragnar the Viking, the Oregon Duck, and the San Diego Chicken, rounding out at number 1. And our guest Dan had Yuppie, Notre Dame Leprechaun, Gritty from Philadelphia, and the Philly Fanatic, and then the Oregon Duck.
Okay, perfect. So as you know, you cannot vote for your own. Correct. We're going to go number by number, line by line, starting at 5. Aaron, who do you have from that list?
Who are our 5s? So I can choose Yuppie. I can choose Steely McBeam or Mike the LSU Tiger.
Yeah, and for your own.
Yeah, I can't go with Keggy the Keg.
Correct.
So I'm going to go with Steely McBeam.
Okay. Right.
I like Steely McBeam. I like the look of his costume, and I didn't go live animals. Sorry, Kev.
That's all right.
And I still don't really know what a Yuppie is, even though he's really cool. Like I did like his story; it was pretty dope. But I did like the Steely one.
I'm gonna have to go with the Keggy the Keg.
All right,
because he's a keg.
Yeah,
I mean he's a keg. But how can you?
He's a keg.
I mean, the only thing better than the keg is a live animal, Chris. No, keg is dope. Dan, who are you gonna pick?
I'm also gonna go with Keggy the Keg. Because I'll tap that shit all day.
Yeah, right.
Tapping that keg.
I can't go with Keggy the Keg because I don't support Dartmouth.
That's fair.
I've partied there. They don't drink as much. I'm gonna go with Mike the Tiger.
Yes,
I'm an LSU fan. GAUX, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mike the Tiger.
All right.
But on our comprehensive list, number 5 is going to be Keggy
the Keg at number 5. I'm okay
2
with
votes for that one. At 4, Aaron, what are the options at 4 again?
Our options at 4, we had the UCSC Banana Slugs. We had Scrody. We had the Sausage Racers from Milwaukee and the Notre Dame Leprechaun. And the Racers are out for me. I gotta go Scrody.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a runaway. I'm going Scrody too.
It's obviously
it's Scrody. Like,
Scrody.
We're gonna break the rules. Going home for Scrody.
No, yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna go with the Notre Dame Leprechaun.
Oh, there we go.
I was a big fan growing up. Fun fact: in my room, like I was a huge fan growing up. I have a copper engraved Notre Dame leprechaun like with the fist.
Okay.
Oh,
it was
that's
my art
awesome.
project in school.
That's dope.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
So
But
that's
Scrody
my
still
vote.
takes
I
it.
can't
Scrody
vote for
takes
my
it.
own. So I'm not breaking the rules.
Chris is a rule follower.
Scrody, that was such a good one. Though.
It
Scrody was
was.
such a good one at 4.
Yeah,
Very
it's a
Because-
good spot for him.
And then like he's a veiny bastard.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was like very
Creative.
creative bastard.
A penis you can create.
Yeah.
They hit it. Yeah.
Oh,
right.
solid.
Chris had 3. What's the 3 breakdown?
All right, we got the Stanford Cardinal.
Tree.
The
The
tree.
The tree. The
The
tree.
tree. Okay, yeah, the sequoia. Yeah, the Purdue Boilermaker, Ragnar, and Gritty. So
Chris, what you going with?
my votes, I'm gonna go with Gritty.
Okay.
Yeah, just it's very creepy, very very Philadelphia-ish. Like I don't know. I'm going with Gritty.
Okay. Dan, what you got? What are you going with?
I'm gonna have to go with Ragnar the Viking.
Okay.
Rock and roll. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, good pick.
It's right now. It's a. I do like. I like our third spot list. I'm a Pac-12 guy, but do I go Gritty? Because when Gritty came onto the scene, it was his social media
super hard.
presence was pretty rad, and there's just something about that crazy creature that they constructed. I'm gonna go Gritty, just
Okay.
because he was pretty cool, and that I cannot get that image of him just eating the back of his head when he fell on the ice. Like that video is so funny. Just bam.
I am also gonna go with Gritty. Those
Nice.
eyes, those bulging eyes,
Yeah, like,
just did it for me. It got me to pick him. I feel like he was piercing into my soul.
Yeah.
When he was looking at me with those
very
eyes.
imposing for the opposite team.
Yeah. And then just thinking about how creepy Gritty looks, I forgot that I had an honorable mention that I didn't have on the list.
Okay.
The original Pelicans mascot,
Oh, what was that?
Pierre, the Pelican
okay.
mascot. That dude was creepy as fuck.
He was super creepy.
And then also the original, the fan art for the Clippers' new mascot, which is also a Pelican,
Okay.
is a Pelican. That thing was creepy as fuck too. I don't know why but now it looks real cartoony,
Yeah.
so it's fine now.
Gotcha.
But Pierre was creepy as fuck. If you get a chance, look up Pierre Pelican. All right, Aaron, break down the number 2 list.
Number 2, we have Benny the Bull, the Chicago Bulls mascot. We have the FSU Seminoles. We have the Oregon Duck and the Philly Fanatic. I cannot, in my just heart of hearts, go with FSU. And an iconic one, the Philly Fanatic. He just is crazy. I'm gonna go with the Philly Fanatic for my first vote, for my vote in that category. At 2.
I am also going to go with the Philly Fanatic because he's in the Mascot Hall of Fame. Like, I feel like if you're a Hall of Famer, you got to be on the top five list. Dan, what are you thinking?
Well, since I can't take my own next round, I'm gonna take AJ's the Duck.
The Duck, giving us a chance to get him on that list.
You take the Oregon Duck now. I say, okay, fair. There, I like it. You've already given the reasons why you like the Duck, so
I'm gonna go with Benny the Bull. I just watched the Michael Jordan documentary, and you saw him a lot there. Just when you said it, it brought up a lot of cool memories. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Benny.
Benny the Bull, but officially it is going to be the Philly Fanatic, right?
Exactly.
It is officially the Philly Fanatic, number 2.
And then number 1, we're going to start with you, Dan. The options for you at 1 are the
Suns Gorilla, the Yuma Criminals, or the San Diego Chicken, or the Oregon Duck. But you can't go with the Oregon Duck.
I have to play a little chess here. I can't go with the Duck. I'm not voting for the Criminals because I think that has a chance to win. So I'm going to go with the Suns Gorilla.
Oh, I like that, playing the game.
In the game.
Listen, as flatters as I am, it's the Criminal. I'm picking the Criminal.
And I'm going with the Oregon Duck. So let's just
Oh, Jesus.
So now it's all on Chris.
It's all on Chris, buddy.
I'm just gonna make it easy. I'm gonna go with the Suns Gorilla.
Yeah!
Oh, no way! No way!
Gorilla shuts out the Oregon Duck.
The Sun's Gorilla. There's no way. No way. I love it.
Producer,
That's
I don't know what to
That's
do with
funny.
the four-way tie. I don't know what to think about it.
That's
It's
funny.
like-
Listen, I want to let you know, though, the criminal was a very solid pick.
It was really
It
good.
really was.
Very
It really
solid
was.
Honorable mention number one.
If we didn't score this, then I get it. The criminal would be a hands down favorite. So
Oh, that's funny.
for those that are wondering, the consensus top 5 go top 5 list. At number 5, we have Keggy the Keg. At 4, we have Scrody of the Nads. We have 3, we have Gritty from the Flyers. 2, we have the Philly Fanatic. And at number 1, we have the Suns Gorilla. And for this episode, the official winner is our guest, Dan. Dan, congratulations.
Dan,
You had
good
2
job,
on there.
buddy.
That
You got
makes you the
2
winner
of the
of
top
The
5.
mascots.
Nicely done,
Thank
buddy.
you. Thank you.
We're never inviting him back.
And apparently, since I'm never invited back, my victory speech is going to go with I have 2 hated mascots,
Oh,
two
yes.
hated
Tell us about your
mascots.
hated
ones.
Ooh, let's hear it.
one of which was mentioned tonight.
Ooh.
The Stanford fucking tree.
Oh, you hate the Stanford tree?
I hate the tree just because it has nothing to do with the school.
I know, it's
get
so weird, right?
Yeah.
That makes no
But-
sense.
That's how I
AJ
am
knows
with the Roll Tide. I'm like that.
AJ should be able to guess my number 1 hated mascot,
Oh, I probably can, but
and
I've gotta
it
go
is
remember
because
it.
of pure hatred.
Oh, yes.
And he has a feud with the duck, and his name is Harry the Husky.
It is Harry the Husky.
Okay. Yeah.
And he can go fuck himself because it's Huck the Fuskies, all right?
Yes, this is accurate. Dan is correct.
I think the Husky would eat the duck in a competition.
You don't talk like that. You don't throw that garbage around here.
That duck is flying away from that freaking husky, man.
He's gonna wait in a tree until the dog
Yeah,
is tired.
Damn right. He's waiting in the Stanford tree, man. Dan, if you don't know, this whole thing started because we were battle royaling all of the Pac-12 mascots.
Yeah,
And so,
Oh, yeah.
that's the birth of Top 5 Go. Is that for about 3 hours, we
Yeah.
ranked the Pac-12 mascots and figured out who would beat who in a fight.
Yeah.
And,
Did you ever hear the interview with Mike Leach on which coaches he wouldn't want to get in a fight with?
no,
God, I'm
In
gonna
the
miss.
Pac-12?
I'm gonna miss him in the Pac-12 so
Yeah.
much. The pirate.
Yeah, basically he thought he could take everybody except Mario Cristobal.
All right.
All right.
that's
That's
great.
pretty fair. Yeah.
Dan, do you have anything you want to plug?
I don't.
No social media. Oh, I know what you want to plug. The Oregon Duck Twitter
Yeah.
handle.
Yeah, exactly. Go to his Twitter. He's amazing. His YouTube page is great. His Facebook's awesome. He's up to date on current trends. And your girlfriend or wife will fall in love with him.
Aaron, you got anything you want to
Hashtag
plug?
Oregon Duck.
Well, when we do the top 5 go of the best ducks, the Oregon Ducks takes all 5 spots. And,
That's ducks.
and I
That's
and I,
for another day.
and I absolutely love the strategy in this game, and I tried to stack the deck, and it did not work out in my favor. But we all know that duck is truly number 1. It's okay. No other plugs needed to be. It was they just didn't. You guys just didn't want to go with it. I get you. I tried to sell them.
Chris,
Tried
you
to
got
sell them
anything?
too hard.
No, just hit us up at Wasted Time or at the Top 5 Go podcast. We'll be on Instagram and YouTube. Battle it out in the comments. Tell us what you think are your top 5, and then I got my own personal Instagram at tactical_relaxer. So
Perfect.
Sweet.
As you know, you can hear me on the Wasted Time podcast. You can follow us at Wasted Time at Wasted_time_podcast. You can also find this podcast at Top 5 Go. Follow us on Twitter, on Instagram. Subscribe, rate, review, all those good things. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. You can find us there. You can follow me at KG Fury, but I'm a boring follow. I barely ever post. But definitely check out the Wasted Time podcast. Also check out the DCOM After Dark podcast where we talk about Disney Channel original movies. Next week we'll
Wait,
be
did you
back.
say Disney Channel?
Original movies. Yeah. DCOM
He's
After
got
Dark.
another
It's a fantastic
podcast.
podcast. It's pretty funny.
Dude, Brink.
We haven't gotten to Brink yet. We're going through. We
What?
just released Alley Cat Strike.
Ooh, I like that. Strike's a good one.
We just have Alley Cat Strike out there. We have Halloween Town. We have Quince. There's a ton
Johnny
of podcasts. that are.
When you get to Brink, let me know.
I will I'll let you know. We'll bring you on. Other than that, this has been a pleasure. Dan, thank you once again for coming.
Thanks, Dan.
Man.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Of course.
I hope you enjoyed doing this.
Oh, it was a blast.
And I hope we see you in the future.
Absolutely.
Give it up for Dan, guys.
Okay, Dan.
All right, Dan. You have a good night. Everyone else have a good night. Thank you for having us. See you later.
Peace.